Is there such a thing as a sure thing real estate deal? And how do you know you're going to get that thing locked up before you leave your house or your office? Stay tuned and smash that subscribe button.
I'm a hustler, homie. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I'm a hustler.
So how do you know if you're going to get a deal under contract before you leave your house or your office? I'm going to give you 4 things and 1 bonus thing to do to help improve your odds every time before you drive. Get a yes to these 5. So the first thing I'm going to want you to ask every seller for before you leave your house or your office is a copy of their ID. Now they can either text it to you or they can give it to you on the spot. If they ask you why you need it, it's because you need them to prove to you they are who they say they are and they actually do own the house. You're coming out with the full intention of purchasing this particular property, and if you were going to go to a closing and have stuff signed and notarized, you would need a picture ID to prove who you are. So your seller is going to have to provide you with a picture ID as well. Of course, these are some pretty entrusted documents, so it's kind of going to show the strength of the relationship. And I mean, if they say no, it's okay too. It doesn't mean you shouldn't go, but I wouldn't push as hard for the close if they start already giving you blowback before you get in the car. The next thing you're going to tell the seller you need is all the paperwork on their house. Everything they got. Just kind of be ambiguous when you say that, and they're going to say things like, well, I have an old PSE&G bill, and I have the water bill, and I might have some closing documents. Yep, we want them all. And I've got some stuff from the lawyer, and it's all in a box with some old pictures from my ex-boyfriend. Throw those in there too. Like, I don't care. You cannot get enough information. The more they are willing to give you, the more you should take. It's only going to help you unravel the mess you're stepping into and help you really wrap your head around this entire transaction. Now here's your bonus, okay? Yes, you're going to ask them for all the paperwork on the house, but you're also going to have to ask them for a mortgage statement. If you can get them to send you a mortgage statement via fax, via text, whatever, you kind of got the battle half won, because now you can see the loan document. You actually have a copy of the loan number and what's outstanding. You're at least starting to establish a relationship and get some kind of trust. The next thing you're going to tell the seller is, I'm going to need all of my paperwork filled out. They may ask you what kind of paperwork, whatever kind of paperwork you bring. And again, I'm going to suggest you bring everything with you all the time. Even if you never bust it out, even if you never use it. I want everything from purchase and sales agreements, authorizations to release, HUDs, deeds, all your closing documents with you all the time, every time. You can keep them under your arm when you walk in the door, just like a football player. You can walk in doing the Heisman or the Al Bundy. It doesn't matter. You put it in front of you when you sit down and you talk to the seller. You've got to remind yourself you are there to accomplish an objective. If you don't bring the paperwork with you, you can't close, and that's like going on a first date without a condom. You know you're going to push for the close anyway, so you might as well just be prepared for when it happens, and who knows, they might even ask you to take it out. So be ready all the time. Tell them before you leave your house, yes, I am actually going to need you to sign off on some of this stuff. Whatever it is you feel comfortable saying, just keep in mind, you are there to do one thing and one thing alone, and that is capture the signatures of the seller, because without their signatures, you don't have an agreement. We cool? Good. I hope so. By the way, if you're enjoying this, I just wanted to remind you again, smash that subscribe button. We love you. We love having you, and let's hear some feedback in the comments. The last thing you're going to ask for, and this is number 5 technically, since I gave you the bonus, and remember, before you drive, get these 5, is to ask the seller for keys to their house. Now, if they're still living there, you can ask anyway. I'm typically not going to want keys to a house if it's a single mother with kids or an awkward situation, but when they sell the house to you, when they move out, you're going to need keys. There's no reason for them to hold on to them. If they've left already, you should definitely ask for the keys. Ask for the keys all the time, every time, because if you don't ask, you're probably not going to get them. I can't tell you how many times I've actually bought houses, gone through formal closings, and then later actually had to kick the door in and break into my own property, which, by the way, is perfectly legal. You can break your own stuff. There's nothing saying that you can't. So again, just to give you a recap on the sure thing, you need the seller's ID. You need all the paperwork on the house. If you can get them to send you something in advance like a mortgage statement, that's great. That just shows that they're starting to trust you. There's a belief, even if they sent you the wrong thing, at least they sent you something. I'm not looking for a real estate deal at this stage of the game as much as I'm looking for compliance. Many times with a lot of these complicated creative deals we take on, more than anything else, I'm looking for cooperation and compliance. If you don't cooperate, I can't get it done. If you're going to cooperate with me and do what I ask, I can do the impossible. But without cooperation, we're both fighting a losing battle. Number 4, you're going to ask for all the signatures and all the paperwork you bring. And number 5, you're going to ask them to bring the keys. Remember, before you drive, get these 5. My name is Chuck Kohout. This is Always Be Closing. I really have enjoyed spending this time with you. I hope you've benefited from it as well. Don't forget to smash subscribe. You can check us out on Facebook, check out the course. And if there's anything you'd like to hear, let's hear about it in the comments. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.